Hi again. I'm going to talk about a different song today, or a couple of songs. And I thought maybe each time I talk about this, I'm going to talk about a different chord as well. So maybe they're kind of a thematic thing. Well, I've spoken about diminished chords. I've talked about sixths, and I might talk about ninths now. A ninth is a 5-note chord. That's your 9. James Brown, of course, very black chord. But you hear Stay, Bowie, it just shifts different 9s around, you know. The days have passed me so slowly, are on her knees. Maybe I'll take something to help me. Hope someone takes after me. Stay, that's what I meant to say. Or do something. But what I never say, whatever. So stay, yeah. And I've for a long time, for years and years, been. I mean, it's a staple of blues as well, you know. You know, experiments. It's a very kind of a sour chord. It's a peppery chord. It's not. It doesn't concede too much sentimental energy. James Brown is that sort of dancey, funky, very funky chord, you know, as well. Yeah, I love those 9 chords, and I've tried a few times. I've done a few things with 9s before, but in the most recent thing with Bedlam Suitcase, I came up with this idea that would be out of a C chord progression that would have a 9 of the F in it. Something is wrong with the alien, and something is wrong with the same. The same thing is wrong with the liffey, and the same thing is wrong with the fan. Seems like an appropriate song to be singing these days. And yeah, so I developed a verse around that melody, that idea of using those chords in a 5 groove. In a 5 that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got your into. He went out a room from a tailor. Out back was an ordinary field. All the homes, they looked like toys in the sunshine, and a river still blinked in between. Another little melody then. Faded brown resin St. Joseph, a statue with a broken nose. Here comes the Brillo and the blue queen. And another chord. Scrub up the company logos. Scrub up the company logos. Yeah, there's just one other part of that whole song, which is events are of course contrived. I can change them anytime. Punishment and crime, arrests must be staged and synchronized. And the song is a co-write with Tara Mooney and Tom Jamieson. Tom worked on various ideas with drums and with arrangements, and Tara contributed some of the lyrics. We did this listing of the various illnesses and things that were wrong with Rivers being sick. The first line of the song, he rented a room from a tailor, is a direct lift from a documentary about the life of Adolf Hitler, and the normality and the normalcy and the ordinariness, banality of his life. He was a sort of minor artist. There are photographs of him as a young boy and as an attendee at some mass meetings in the 20s. And this sort of horror of banality was one of the things that, and the thought of totalitarianism and just an illness, something being wrong with the world. This is before the year of COVID-19, and Fintan O'Toole saying we are the virus, but it's sort of kind of that vibe. And at some point in time after this middle section, we return to the 9 chords again, the third at the bottom. There's a little sort of rest, the whole song just sits. And Izumi Kimura made, I think, 3 passes at this in Ray and Trench's studio in Wicklow. And one of them was the one we selected for the record. She just plays this incredible chord. And one thing about her, Izumi is an amazing improviser. She's thinking in her fingers, and she's responding emotionally, and she's responding musically. And we set various traps and created a landscape in which she would traverse, so she would travel, and that's how we wound up with the final. The other thing I suppose to say is that the final mix was done by Jerry Leonard, who did a lot of work as well, and sort of weeding out and taking out and adding little bits and pieces to bring it to the final mix that you hear on the side 2 of Bedlam Suitcase, the 4th wall.
Was an ordinary field. The homes looked like toys in the sunshine. A river still blinked in between.
Faded brown resin St. Joseph, statue with a broken nose.
And something is wrong with the same. Something is wrong with the lifting. And the same thing is wrong with the dance. Events of course constrained. I can change them anytime. Something is wrong with the tigress, and something is wrong with the Nile. The same thing is wrong with the Mississippi, and the same thing is wrong with the Rhine. Here comes a man with a suitcase. Clearly the government man. Here comes the Brillo and Brillo.